everyone. So today in our math lesson, we are going to learn how to add and subtract decimals. And so I know we've already done this with base 10 blocks, but today we're going to learn how to do it with the standard algorithm. The very first thing and the most important thing that you need to remember when you are adding and subtracting decimals is that your decimals have to be stacked or lined up or one on top of another. However you want to think about it, your decimals are always going to have to be stacked, okay? So you can see step one is line up the decimals. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to write my first number, which is 34 and 12 hundredths. And I'm adding, so I'm always going to put that plus sign, right? I know that my decimals need to be lined up, so I'm going to go ahead and put a decimal there because they need to be on top of each other. Now I'm going to fill in my next number. The number in front of the decimal is a 9, and it's in the ones place, so it'll go under my 4. And then I have 13 hundredths. Okay, step 2, go ahead and drop that decimal down. The decimal's going to stay in the same place because it's lined up, okay? Step 3, add the numbers and work around the decimals. Act as if the decimal is not there. So we bring it down to begin with so that we can just kind of forget about it, right? Once we line them up and go ahead and drop it down, we just add like normal. Start on the right, 3 plus 2, 5, 1 plus 1, 2. Our decimal's already dropped. 9 plus 4, 13. So we have our 3. Carry our 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. Guess what, guys? That's it. You just added decimals. Awesome, right? So the most important thing is you just have to line up those decimals and bring down that decimal, and then guess what? It's just a regular addition problem. So we're going to try 2 more together, and then you're going to have some to try on your own with addition, and then we'll jump into subtraction, and you'll also have a couple to try on your own for subtraction. So we have 45 and 98 hundredths. I always like to go ahead and write my first one, and I know my decimal needs to be here. Then I have 37 and 87 hundredths. Okay, and I'm adding. Guys, if there's ever, when you line up your decimals, if there's ever a number that does not have enough numbers for them all to be lined up, we've already talked about how you can add as many zeros after the decimal as you want, and it's not going to change the number's value, right? I'll show you an example in just 1 second where that where we could add zeros, but if it makes it easier for you to have all those spaces filled, you can add zeros. I'll show you an example right after this problem. Okay, so we start on the right. 8 plus 7, 15. Carry that 1. Okay, I know that 9 and 1 is 10, and 10 plus 8 is 18. So I'm going to drop that 8, carry that 1. And guys, I did this on purpose. I forgot to bring down my decimal to begin with. But guess what? I know that I need to just bring it down, so I can do it now. So if you forget to drop it down right at the beginning, that's okay. As long as when you're adding, you pay attention to it and make sure you drop it down, okay? So we have 7 plus 5, 12 plus 1, 13. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. So our answer is 83 and 85 hundredths. I'll go ahead and show you that example of if the numbers don't line up. So say I had 46 and 24 hundredths, and I'm adding 5 and 6 tenths. Okay, my numbers are not lined up, right? All I have to do is I can add a 0 in front of my 5 and a 0 behind my 5. That way I have all the spaces filled and I can add. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this last problem, and then we'll jump right into subtraction. So we have 12 and 86 hundredths plus 16 and 65 hundredths. How would I line that up? Exactly right underneath, because it has the same number of digits before and after the decimal. And we'll just add like normal. Start on the right. 6 plus 5 is 11. 8 plus 1 is 9. 15, drop that 5, carry that 1. Remember, we just ignore that decimal. We've already dropped it down, right? So you still carry your 1. The decimal doesn't change that. We have 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 6 is 9, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. So our answer is 29 and 51 hundredths. Awesome job, guys. I'm going to post the subtraction in a separate little video below, and then your assignment will be under that.